Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal.
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Hey guys, how you guys doing? In this one, we're going to talk about a very important concept, an element that's been important in my life, and it's very important for the country and for the world. And if you watch what's going on out there, you'll know this is one thing that we need now more than ever in the household, in organizations, in government around the world. It is this very important element that's called leadership. My cool dad always said to me, I remember when I was 18 going into leadership at St. Dunstan's College, I was very afraid, and I asked him, hey look, listen, this whole leadership thing, what's going on? And he said something very important to me. He said, one thing you need to realize is that you are a leader. You do not need to have a title. You do not need to be a CEO, an executive, a president of a country. What you have to realize is that you can be a leader at any moment, at any time, and at any level. In fact, some of the best leaders are those who lead without a title. And the world needs what it is that you have. So don't be afraid to exercise leadership and for you to lead by example. That's what my cool dad said to me at that moment in time. And he gave me a book called 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And he said, you must read it, apply it, and your life will change. And he said, over 20 years from now, that's the only time you'll be a competent leader. I'm like, what? 20 years is a long time. You know what you can do in 20 years? I can't think about that in 20 years. But if you look at studies, you shouldn't actually rush leadership. It's a process, and it is a journey. And many people misunderstand what leadership is. Leadership is not having a title. Leadership is not being the boss over other people. Leadership is all about influence, nothing more and nothing less. And if you were to think about the difference between a good leader and a bad leader, the best analogy that we can think about being a leader is according to Simon Sinek, when he said that leadership is like being a parent. As a parent, what is it that you want for your children? You want them to grow more, to do more, and to achieve more than you could ever do for yourself. And if things were to go wrong in your family, what are you going to do? Are you going to fire your children? I know some people want to fire their children, but no, you're not going to fire your children. You will work with them, you'll mentor them, you'll coach for them, and you put their needs above your own. And that shows what is called servant leadership, is what is called leadership. And I've had many experiences back in high school, university, now in the workforce, and in terms of learning from leaders and growing leadership potential, because leaders are what what are going to change the organizations. And then a leader doesn't mean that everybody follows you. Being a leader means that you've got a higher standard, not of other people, but of yourself. And in this series of videos, I'll break down leadership according to the simple leadership model. S is service, I is influence, M is having a strong message, P is progression, L is love, and E talks about empowerment. So I'll see you in the next video where we talk about leadership coming from an act of service.
It can be the day that turns your life around. All you need is a reason to turn you on. Today my life changes. Now who can do that? Anybody. When can you do it? Whatever day you pick.